Adding more swimsuits to Dead or Alive 5? Awesome. Alright, let's start the show. Sheep, you don't seem like yourself. Here, have some candy.
Oh, man. All right, let's go.
All right.
Hey, what up, peeps? Welcome to episode 17 of the Game Fanatics Show. I'm your host, Fanatical G.
I'm Raikayari.
And apparently, there is a petition floating around the interwebs, or I guess the outer webs, to get Texas to succeed from the United States of America. Now, I'm not going to really, say anything about whether or not any of us signed said petition, but there are 80,000 signatures, so the White House has to respond. Now, I, for one, I want it to be known that I am voting Sheep for President 2016. We are going to make this work. Yes, we can, and bah!
Thanks, guys, for joining us in this episode of the Game Fanatics. So, alright. So, what have you been playing, man?
Actually, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about, what we've been playing with. And I know you just got your iPad mini, so tell me about that, man.
Okay. Dude, I love the iPad mini. Now, at first, when they announced it, no retina screen, A5 processor, or is it A4 processor, the slower one for the iPad too. Yeah. I was like, well, turned off on it. But I was like, you know what? I really need an iPad, or I want an iPad. But, so when I got it, see how it feels in my hand?
The size
is nice. And it's everything the iPad 2 has. It's very responsive. The build quality is standard Apple, very, very nice. And it's just the size. It's more portable than the big iPad, the 10-inch iPad. And
portable than my Transformer.
It's still pretty cool, and it's really thin. One other thing, and I want to give when I first got the iPad, I wanted to get a stylus, and shout out to The Verge, TheVerge.com. They had an awesome feature about all the stylus, and they reviewed like over a dozen of them. And I finally got the Adonit, or how we pronounce that, Jot Pro. It's really weird. It's not like any of the stylus with a big rubber tip. If y'all can see, there's a little disc on the tip of the pen. And what's really cool about it is the disc has this little capacitive metal piece. And let me load up my notes. And it's so easy, and the little disc just slides and.
That is actually really cool. I've used a lot of styli in my days.
Styluses.
That's actually really cool. What I've been playing with, this is the Vomo C. We're definitely going to talk about it a little bit later on in the show for review, just so you can know what exactly it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can guess, but we will. You'll know what it is.
That looks like a lens.
It kind of does. It's a lot cooler than a lens, though. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some video game news. Alright, and we're back. Let's talk about some video game news now. First thing we're going to talk about, THQ apparently going under. There's a lot of really distressing news surrounding THQ. Their stock is plummeting, rumors about a lot of things going on. They've shut down production on pretty much all of their key franchises. So it's a very trying time for THQ, and I guess the silver lining is in their studios like Volition. Saints Row 3 just went platinum, and that is incredible. That's really great news. So, the other side of it is the fact that Ubisoft is interested in buying some of these titles. Now, Ryan, if you could have Ubisoft buy one title from THQ, what would it be?
You know what? I think Homefront, with a little bit of loving on like the way they did Rainbow Six Vegas.
Ah, nice.
That'd be awesome.
Or even with the Ghost Recon twist,
Yeah.
add a little bit of that to the whole, we're under attack and, you got to sneak around and everything. I think that would be a really great title.
But dude, if Square Enix buys them, freaking WWE with Cloud and Squall, amazing.
That's actually
Square Enix.
That's interesting.
Get on that.
That's very cool. So I guess that is the kind of silver lining. Hopefully THQ pulls out of this. We really want them to. I really want to see great games because WWE was a freaking phenomenal game.
And they have a lot of great. IP under them and a lot of great developers. So we really, really hope that they would just pull through this.
Yeah.
And at least now for some good news and some great news. In fact, there's a couple PS Vita news. Actually, next week, they will update the firmware and they will get email client, 1080p video, wireless content manager, and an improved web browser. But the most importantly, PS Vita will finally get PlayStation Plus. That's great. That's really great. So actually next week, with PlayStation Plus subscribers, they'll get for free Uncharted Golden Abyss, Wipeout 2048, Gravity Rush, which is amazing. I'm playing that. Jet Set Radio, which probably comes out next week, and a PSP game, the Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lion. And dude, as a big Xbox fanboy myself and a PC gamer, has got a PlayStation Plus card.
So the world is ending.
2020, December 21st.
Very close.
But dude, I'm very excited. I know, like, an email client.
Yeah, an email client. I don't know who's gonna check their email on the Vita.
They have Skype on the Vita, and I don't see. And look, dude, and they have a web browser. I know they improved their web browser, but every single thing I own browses the web.
A lot better than anything Sony, really.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I used like my PlayStation web browser.
Yeah, and one last thing though, one minor bad thing. I have to get a bigger memory card for my Vita, and those memory cards expensive.
They ain't cheap. Yeah. We'll be right back with our discussion topic of today's episode. All right, what's up, everyone? Continuing with the trend that we started last year with No Shame November, which is pretty much where we sit down and talk about or write an article about our deepest and darkest video game secrets. So we're here to spill our guts out with you guys with No Shame November. So Ryan, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
We're going to talk about our guilty pleasures about video games. One of my biggest guilty pleasures, monetarily too, and it's not. Are the Dynasty Warrior series, not just Dynasty Warriors, Warriors Orochi, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. They're all the same game, but I buy them every year. I don't even finish half of them because it takes so long. But it's the same story, same characters, maybe a little bit more. And Dynasty Warrior 8 was announced, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I have no shame for that guilty pleasure.
Exactly, because that's what this is all about. Yeah. No Shame November. All right, Joe, what about you?
Oh, it's been years since I've actually played it, but I would still just go up to the DDR machine and just like put up a quarter and play at least 5 songs. I would not make perfects. I will probably get low scores, probably play the same song over and over again, but I will just play. I will just be the random girl that sucks at it, but still keeps going at it.
I want to fall off if I try to do anything.
Oh, God. I cannot do like what I used to do.
Are you a monkey?
Jeez.
Very cool, very cool. I know.
What about you, Charles?
Yeah, for me, I know lately it's been a lot of NBA 2K. And lately, as in the past 3 or 4 years, I think the 2K games are a game that I'll wake up and just play, or I'll stay up and play. Like, I'll be playing my player mode till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and all I'm doing is playing basketball games back to back and trying to not really level up, but improve my player. But NBA 2K, that's a game that I will spend hours playing.
Dude, if you're talking about playing your game all the time, if you're gonna take my World of Warcraft hours and you could, like, if you take all the hours together, right, and you put them one consecutive amount, it's probably 4 straight months of me sitting at the computer. Because if you go to the WoW chat box into /played, and it'll be like, Ryan has played 2 months worth of gaming.
Wow.
I was like, oh my! It's not 2 real-time months. It's 2 months in the actual game.
That's interesting.
Ridiculous.
I know for me, the only thing that comes really that close is Mass Effect. I mean, I remember when it launched, like the first month, I put in like 60 hours into the game, and it's crazy. But yeah, I think that's mine. What about you, Jill? What's a game that you've spent a considerable amount of time playing?
It would actually have to be the Game Boy Tetris. I would go dig out my Game Boy SP, plug that thing in, and then just play endless mode just to do the 200 levels. Just because when I get to that point where it's so fast and I just mash buttons, I'm not even thinking. I just play and just look at squares all the time. I've even gone 4 hours straight just to see if I can go infinity until it just gets to the very top and goes.
Very cool.
That's hardcore.
Very cool.
That's fanatical.
Right? Speaking of the Game Boy, I know 2 games that stand out for me with the Game Boy. I remember, I was a kid when the Game Boy came out, so I would be like in my room or, hiding away trying to not avoid doing chores. And 2 games that stand out for me, Golden Sun and Pokemon. Those are 2 games that I devoured. I would spend hours playing, especially Golden Sun.
Yeah.
What about you? What's a retro game that?
Oh man, you know what? Golden Sun was pretty cool, but on the same game, on the same system, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That's not as good as Final Fantasy Tactics Original, but I played that so much. And okay, people, look, I have big hands, and I played the Game Boy SP, which is like that big. It hurt my hands, but no, I will keep playing, and I hate those judges.
Yeah.
I hate those judges, man.
A similar game I could think of was Mega Man, dude.
Oh, man.
I would buy all the Mega Man games, and I would spend hours playing it, man.
Oh, that retro game, River City Ransom.
Yes.
I played on the NES, and I played also for the Game Boy Advance. Dude, I played a lot.
That reminded me of Retro City Rampage. It's another one.
Yeah, dude. Also, No Shame. Extreme Beach Volleyball. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. And I know you viewers are like, oh, right, blah, blah. No. It had almost half-naked ladies in swimsuits. Yeah, they're running around. But you know what my guilty pleasure not? Gambling and volleyball.
The physics in that game now. Let's talk about the physics.
Awesome. Volleyball. It was awesome. I cannot stop playing the volleyball. And gambling. I lost all my money.
Yeah. Now let's talk about recent games. Let's talk about games that came out this year. What game or games, limited to games came out this year that have been your guilty pleasure?
Hotline Miami. Dude, Hotline Miami, it just came out. It's so violent. It reminds me of old school Grand Theft Auto. I mean, yeah, it's top down.
Yeah.
And back when I was a kid, when I got a stressful day at school, I'll turn down and I'll just kill everyone on the thing. And don't kill everyone. That's bad.
We do not endorse killing.
We don't. But it kind of brought me kind of how I felt when I was a kid, and I was just like, and the game is just so violent. And the second game, and it's having wild flashbacks, is Guild Wars 2. Yeah, Guild Wars 2.
Very, very cool. What about you, Jill?
Mine would have to be the Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's so bad, it's gotten to the point, okay, I have established an account with every character. I've made my highest level assassin my online player only character, just so I can go play and collect loot and then distribute it through the rest of my characters because of that secret locker from Claptrap.
Yeah.
I would pick up a level 52 gun, put it in the locker, give it to my level 12 Necromancer to just sell off. If I happen to find all this rare loot, I would just take it and give it to the person who needs it. One time I found this gun. It's a repeater, shoots one bullet, never reloads, never runs out. It's the infinity gun, and I gave it to my Necromancer.
Very cool.
Imagine the anarchy stack. Imagine that.
Very, very cool. I know I already talked about NBA 2K. So I would say that one of the games that I'm even to today, Sleeping Dogs, man. Oh, God, I still play the crap out of that. Sleeping Dogs, and of course recently Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
I remember having a couple stressful days at work, coming home and I just want to kill some bears, man. I want to go, hunt some elk, kill some, deer, hunt some bears, wolves, coyotes.
Dude, like putting the bait and then like hiding in the bushes and then it's like tackle that deer.
Man, I mean that is an incredible sense of accomplishment, man. So I think that for me, Assassin's Creed 3 is a game that, especially I don't really want to do a lot of the missions. I just want to hunt. And really reminiscent of Red Dead. Yeah. Just because I spent hours on Red Dead. Just riding the train, taking in the scenery as weird as that sounds, or hunting and stuff like that. So I think that those are games that that should be appreciated for their open worldness. They take themselves pretty seriously, but there's so much fun to be had in that. So yeah.
Same here. I haven't progressed the story because I've been just running around the frontier.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very, very cool. So I think that about wraps it up for No Shame November. Really great hearing you guys' games. I had a lot of fun. Of course, check out more No Shame November articles on the Game Fanatics website. A lot of our writers are participating in this, just like we did last year. It was a lot of fun, a lot of interesting tidbits and things like that. So thank you guys, and now we're taking it back to Ryan and myself in the studio.
And welcome back to the show, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We have a lot of really cool stuff in the works for you guys. The Consumer Electronics Expo is coming up in January. A lot of really cool tech, and we have a really cool programming and coverage planned for you guys. It's always cool to check out the happening technology of the year.
Dude, I want to see some 4K TVs.
4K, that actually sounds pretty sweet.
That's going to be amazing.
Very much so.
Speaking of amazing, we are running to the end of the year. Of course, we will need your help to vote what the game of the year this year is. I know we still have a couple games coming out, but soon on our site you get to vote to see game of the year and some other cool awards.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, I think Sheep wants Tokyo Jungle to be game of the year.
I think so too. But yeah, the Game Fanatics Awards, always a really fun way to interact with you guys, seeing how you guys vote. Also, speaking of amazing, our Wii U launch stream is coming up this Sunday. Really excited for it. Hope to see you guys there. Of course, you can subscribe to our Twitch, twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics. See you guys on Sunday, man. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Really fun. Always, of course, love hanging out with you fellow gamers. Shout outs to Western Leaf for providing the Vomo U for us to check out and review. You can, of course, like I said, see the full review on thegamefanatics.com. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Alright. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I'm Mariah Chiari.
Fanatical G. See you guys next week.
Rolling.
Keep rolling. Right before we announce that our podcast is brought to you by the... I can't do it. Let's not do it, dude. This is just weird.
3, 2, go.
And we're back. So let's talk... That was so awesome. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
What happened?
We did it at the same time.
3.
Very true. But yeah, we'll be back with tech stuff.
Really?
No. I don't know what's next.
And dude, me being the biggest Xbox fanboy or PC gamer, I just got a PlayStation Plus card for my Vita.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Do you know how hard it was to not yawn?
And welcome back to the show, guys.
Okay.
Wait, it's okay.
Wait, no.
And welcome back to the show, guys.
Thanks for... Is that a Need for Speed shirt? I'm looking forward to some 4K TVs.
Dude, that's gonna be amazing.
I know.
And speaking of amazing, we will... Stop it! for Texas.